Hi friends, my name is Aditya Vellar and you're watching Weber. So today we are going to see CSS position property. So before we get start to our tutorial, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so you'll never miss my new video. And if you want to learn CSS and HTML, you can click on the right top corner of the screen. So let's get started. So the position property specifies the type of position method used for an element. There are different types of method. First is static, then relative, fixed, absolute, and sticky. So first we are going to see the static method. For that I am going to take a div tag with the class name static, and in our style sheet I am going to style that static class static. So by default, every element in HTML is static by default. Static position elements are not affected by the top, bottom, left and right properties. So now what we're going to do is set the position to static, width to 50%, height 50 pixels and background to red. So now when I open my browser, you can see that the red container background. So now if I apply left to 30 pixels, top to 100 pixels, the element will not move. Here you can see that this is because of we are we are specifying the position to static. Other than static, in any method, the left, top, right and bottom properties are applicable. So now let's get rid of this, and now we are going to use the relative position. Relative. So in CSS, I'm going to style that relative class. So the position is obviously relative. Then let's add some width and height. Background as obvious red. Now when I open my browser, you can see that the red line is still here. So now if we apply left, right, left to 50 pixels, top to 100 pixels, you can see this red background container will move. Here you can see that. You can't do this with the static, and in static the elements are organized as you in an order in which they are added in your HTML. So now let's add another div for absolute class. Okay, for that we are going to style the absolute class dot absolute. Here we are going to specify the property position absolute. After that the width, it's 50%, height just little bit bigger than the relative class, and background be blue. So if one element has position specified relative and other element has position specified absolute, then they both overlap on each other. If we change the position here for an absolute class to relative, then two elements get separated from each other. So where the first element ends, the second element starts. And if we specify both as a absolute, they will overlap on each other. Here you can see that. So now let's move to the fourth method, sticky. For that we are going to use another div class sticky. Okay, in style we are going to style it. Position is sticky, width to 10%, height to 10%. Let's make the width to 100% and background to green. Instead of using percentage, let's use pixel for height. It's going to be 100 pixels. So now you can see that the green colored container with sticky position is all over other containers. Now we are going to specify top to 0, and for now just get rid of these two classes, relative and absolute, and we are going to add a paragraph inside an absolute class. Just try to scroll down, and I copied this and paste it here. So the padding bottom is 200 pixels. So now when I refresh the page, you can see that the green colored container, and when I scroll it moves to top and stick to it. Now let's add some padding to the absolute class. Style padding bottom to 300 pixels, and now when I refresh that you can see that, and when I scroll the sticky container stick to the top. You can also change the top to, let's change it to 10%, and now when I refresh that page you can see the it stick to the page when it reaches to top 10%. Now let's see the last method, which is fixed. For that I'm going to create a div with class fixed, and in CSS I'm going to style it with dot fixed. Position is set to fixed, width 50%, height 100 pixels, and background is going to be yellow. So now let's get rid of this sticky class and also this which is I copied here. And now let's remove this comment because we are going to use it, and change the property height to 100% for both the classes, relative and absolute. And also I'm going to style the body tag, so the display is going to be flex and the flex direction is going to be column, so each element is placed at bottom of other. So let's set the property left and top for the fixed class, both are set to 0, and also change the width to 100%. So now when I refresh the page you can see that the yellow container is at the top, and when I scroll it doesn't change its position, it gets fixed to top of the page. So that's it for this video guys. If you like it, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe to my channel to see such content, and also hit the bell icon so you'll never miss my new videos. Thanks for watching.